Welcome everybody to a special episode here on the Oshay Duke Jackson Channel. I know it is rather late, depending where you are in the United States, but let me see here. I'm echoing. Fuck. So did you hear that? That was double loud. Okay, so there's nobody in the chat. I wonder why. What the hell's going on here? All right. Well, anyways, let me just make sure the video is okay and see what we got here. And guys, if you're coming in right now, we got 26 people watching. All right, go ahead and like the video. And today I have a one-on-one interview. You guys know we're in the season 2 of the Brother Pill podcast. So I have a very, very special person. He's a moderator on my channel. You guys know him as Black Male Talk. And today I wanted to talk about a video that I seen him do about a month ago, and this particular topic. And I believe that it would help you brothers out there understand what's going on in certain situations. But without further ado, let me introduce Black Male Talk, the YouTube channel. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Oshay? How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing pretty good. Good to hear from you and glad that you were able to come over tonight and talk about this particular topic. Before we kind of get started in the content today, kind of let everybody know what your channel is about, what you talk over there on the BMT Black Male Talk channel.
BMT is like it's more so of how Oshay is more of the older Maha Club of the OGs and how they talk about stuff. What we did is actually start to make a brand for younger guys where we talk about the latest topics, politics, trends, and different things that actually are from the visualization and audio hearing of for Black males. We talk about it from our point of view of things that we need to talk about, address, and self-esteem and teachings that we can actually address on and actually need to start discussing amongst each other.
Okay. And guys, if you want to subscribe to Black Male Talk YouTube channel, all that you need to do is go into the description. The channel is there. You can hit the bell, subscribe, hit the bell, and enjoy its content. Let me kind of talk about the podcast I heard that you did you about a month ago. You were going to Walmart, is that right, or someplace like that?
Correct.
Go ahead and tell us what was happening on this particular day.
So pretty much what was going on was I was going to the shopping center and when I was backing out, I saw somebody run up and start honking their horn. So I pulled back in, but I had my kids in the car. And what went on to happen was I wanted to know who this person was because they were honking their horn and they just parked right in front of the store. So I drove up right behind them and I got out the car and there was a black woman. Now, this black woman, of course, the generic, Isha that we know in the neighborhoods. I said, yo, so what's up with that? Like, you almost hit me. And you're like, hey, if you had hit me, I would have had to call the police and that would have been bad for me. So you're at fault. And I said, whoa, so this person totally without blame. So I said, yo, you need to apologize. You almost hit me and my people in the car. So, are you going to own up to that? They started getting loud and very aggressive with me. And I said, yo,
I'm sorry, when you say they, do you mean, you said there was a black woman. Was she with someone else?
Yeah, she had her mama in the car.
Okay.
She had her mama in the car. And the mama was like, oh my Lord, we got one of these men getting up in our face. And I'm like, wait, I'm doing the measurement, like I'm at least about 3 feet away from you. So I'm not in your face. Second off, you're telling me that you're not going to own up to your daughter almost hitting me. This is a full grown woman and she almost hit me and my people. So I told her, yo, you need to own up to that. Listen, better yet, I don't have to fuck with you. I don't know you. As I started talking to her, she started getting loud. Now her mom came to me and started talking to me about this stuff. The girl left off and went to the store. And no later than like 3 to 4 minutes, she came back with a dude. Now, the brother, he was holding his groceries and looking oblivious to this fact. But she was saying, this man tried to walk up on me and try to lay hands on me. You supposed to be my ride or die homie. And I'm looking at this brother because I'm looking at him. He's holding groceries and stuff. And this is an older gentleman. But from the way how he was looking at the situation, first of all, I could tell he was oblivious. But she was hyping him up to want to fight me. Now, I was like, wow, this shit is actually going down right here in front of the grocery store. And she was like, listen, you remember me and you remember all that. So she started going on. The brother started actually getting his little hype on, puffing his chest. He said, "Listen, man, hey, I don't know what the fuck you were doing, but yo, you don't want this shit. You don't want these problems." I said, "Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You got stuff in your hand. The time before you drop this stuff, it ain't gonna work out for you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Why you got this woman about to get you in a situation that you don't have no part of, or you don't even know nothing about?"
Now, let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
when you said that part, when he started like getting real loud and stuff, like most people probably would have like tried to maybe rush him or something like that. Why were you trying to reason with him instead of like maybe trying to go to fisticuffs with the dude?
The reason why I was trying to reason with him because for the fact I had to take a step back because I've had been in similar situations like that in my life where I have gone to bat for a woman, but not knowing the full circumstances of what happened, what transpired. And usually I'm taking the consequences and I'm dealing with the merit. So me seeing this guy going through the same situation, and for the fact that I'm watching this woman hype him up and tell him and egg him on. But I could also see within himself, if somebody is having to hype you up about a situation, that means you already don't have the intent to really want to follow through because somebody's having to encourage or push you into it when you already are not already premeditatedly wanted to jump in. But if that's been the case, he would have put down his groceries. Nobody walks into a fight holding groceries. They would have put down the groceries before going into a fight. That's just common sense, unless he's throwing his groceries at me. But for the fact that I'm, looking at him, and he's an older gentleman. I like think like in his late mid 40s or whatever. And I'm not trying to, throw salt on him, but I'm like letting him know, like, listen, man, why are you letting this woman hype you up? Now, in watching that, she started calling him a bitch.
Whoa. You mean she called him a bitch right there in front of you?
Right.
Okay.
She started degrading him. Like, listen, you gonna act like a little bitch. You gonna let this man punk you. You gonna let this man. And I watched that. My aggression towards whatever I had for the situation towards him coming in, because naturally men will see, and if another man comes, they're automatically want to go to fisticuffs. But for the fact that I saw that he was getting berated and he was trying to hype himself up into it, but also in the same sense, it was like I'm feeling more empathetic for him because he was like, "Listen, I got this, chill, I'm gonna handle this." But I'm like, she just called you a bitch in front of another man. You got white people watching you. You got people watching you. You got kids looking at you right now. And that this woman degrades you and hypes you up into fighting. Let her know you don't know what I'm capable of. You don't know what I'm going to do. You don't even know how this is going to turn out. I said, this bitch is going to cause you to either lose your life or something happen to you. You going to let him disrespect me? You know who I am? I'm your family. I thought you close. I thought you cared, but I'm like, wow. Every time I try to give him some type of logical self-check, she would always try to make him feel like he was less than. That if he didn't prove himself to her, then he was the lesser man. And though he was balling up his fist, I said, listen, man, what you do with that fist today, I promise you're not going to walk away from the situation tomorrow. I'm just being for real. I'm good at what I do. Uncle Sam paid me very well. You can look at the blue cord that's hanging in there. You can look at the military stickers and all that stuff. I'm not letting you walk away, brother. I understand that. So I'm trying to let you know. You got your groceries. You can go walk home. The woman start to smack him in the back to egg him on. Just like homeboys, just like homeboys will smack one of their boys. If you don't fight this nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up. And she was like, man, I knew you was a bitch. And I was like, wow. I said, brother, at that point, I didn't even want to curse at him, but I said, she just called you a bitch in front of another man. The mama right there, she's not even trying to check her daughter. But yet this woman's hyping you up as if she wants to fight. But I said, hold up. I said, motherfucking bitch, if you got so much to say, why ain't you fighting me? You see how he's coming at me? He said, listen, man. So that's when he started talking, saying, listen, brother, whatever you got against her, man, it ain't worth it. Now he's telling me this, but I'm like, she brought you to me. She brought the older male to a younger guy that she don't know nothing about. She don't know if I had a pistol in that car. She don't know what I was carrying. She grabbed you out the grocery store. And I learned and I understood from that day definitely that a lot of these black women don't give no damn shit about the fate of a black man when y'all ride for them. Y'all don't know these situations. Y'all run into them like some chivalrous knight, but chivalry done died off thousands of years ago for your ass. Mm-hmm. And I watched that man feel like he was less than like a child, a grown man being yelled at by a woman in broad daylight in front of people. No remorse. And I got in my car. She walked in the store angry because he didn't do that. Calling him a bitch, man. Get the fuck out of my contacts. Don't fuck with me. Don't call me. You cut off from me and my peoples. He walked to his car like he had something to be ashamed of.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me ask you this real quick. And guys, get the likes up. We have 219 people watching right now. I knew this was going to be a very, very good and touching video. So guys, do me a favor, like the video, get the likes up. I know it's quite late, but I wanted to get this one out of the way because it's a good video. It's a good learning tool video. And hopefully for some of you younger brothers or some of you brothers out there who, you know, maybe you have females that are your friends or your family or your girlfriends. A lot of times, you know, you'll be in certain situations where you'll be introduced to something, some harm and danger that you don't know nothing about. And so that's the reason why we're doing this video, to really kind of protect you brothers out there for situations that you may not be aware of, right? Because we do try to care about the black men over here in this particular community. So guys, get the likes up on the videos. Now, let me ask you this real quick. Brother, you said that you had compassion for this black man because you had been put in a similar situation where a woman introduced you to a bad situation and then you had to pay the consequence of that. Do you mind, before you get to the, you know, back to the story, do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, sure. It was about around the time when I was young and dumb and running the streets. Before I, you know, in life, I wanted to, back then when I was young, I was trying so hard to impress young females and stuff. And it was at a party. It was at a party where, as to me and my homeboys, you know, we saw some nice little shorties that, you know, on the wall and stuff. And one of the girls, she came over there and she was like, y'all boys kind of cute. And, you know, of course, we want to flex and try to show off and stuff. But we didn't know that this woman was stunting and we were being used as objective tools for her means. And what I mean by that was, you know, we started dancing with these shorties and honeys and stuff. And when we were dancing up with them and we're going to take them back to a hotel spot to go do us, you know what I'm saying? And little did we know that when we got to a gas station, you know, we had a doggone a Honda pull up behind us. Now, what got out the car was 3 other brothers. And they're like, yo, where you going with our girls? Now, one of my homeboys said, oh, hell no, these are females for the night. You out of luck, my nigga. So he was like, yo, Joe, you riding? Of course I'm riding, bro. I got this. We got this. So we started squadding up, started throwing salt with them and started hitting them. The thing about it was the girls were laughing at the situation. They were laughing as we were fighting, bleeding out on the concrete, throwing hands. And one of the tragic way how it went down in the end, because we started beefing, and I'm not sure how y'all know how Southern Carolina beefs go down. If my family versus your family, it's on. Whether it be at the football game, at the church, at wherever, it's on. It's like Troy, where they fighting for that white girl. That's how a lot of niggas were. And it got so bad because we were fighting these dudes and we forgot why we were fighting. When I said that so many brothers done lost their life or either was shot, drive-by, and was crazy because when I saw this bitch, at least about 1 or 2 years later, she had a whole baby with the same nigga that we were bamming against. So I was like, damn, if I knew what I knew then, I would have smoked her ass. That's back then. That's the old me. But I'm just being for real because I done laid to rest so many of my homeboys because of your punk ass. She was like, well, nobody told y'all to do that shit anyway. Y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all got some pussy last night. But I said, how many dudes had you fucked over?
Mm-hmm.
How many? Because now when and that shit right there let me know. And that wasn't, and it was bad about that wasn't the only time I ever been I can openly admit that I've been the objective tool of a woman. I've had my mama get me into fights before with the next door neighbor because she put up a fence and the next door neighbor said, hey, you on my property. Well, I'm gonna go get my son to go beat you up. And me being a dumbass, I'm going over there fighting a grown man. I mean, I'm being for real. Like this is a saved church woman. Me fighting my mama's boyfriends and stuff. I'm saying a lot of us brothers.
Fight your mom's boyfriends too?
Oh, yeah. Man, she used to call me Little He-Man.
Oh my God.
She used to call me Little He-Man. And we gotta be for real, but there's a lot of men that have some point beat up their mama's boyfriend, beat up some dude because their mama or their sister had told them he did this or he disrespected me. So you feel like, hey, I got to champion their honor. But you actually don't even know the whole goddamn situation. So your ass running over there thinking that you the chivalrous knight and the broad go right back. But I said, hold up, mama. You had me beat up Willie. Why the fuck is Willie in your goddamn bed?
Uh-oh. Say it again. Talk about it.
I said, hold up, mama. You had me beat up Willie, but Willie's back in your goddamn bed the next night. She said, wait, how you know that? I said, I met his ass on the walk to the bathroom. He was in the goddamn kitchen eating a sandwich. I said, the fuck? He gonna say, hey, man, I ain't got no beef with you, young blood. I said, Willie, how the fuck you get in the house? Oh, you know, your mama called me over, man. She said that, you know, you sometimes you go crazy and that. I said, hold up, she making me ping like I'm the crazy motherfucker. But she going on with life. She's still getting her grado. I'm looking crazy. I felt, in a part of me, I felt bad. Because I'm like, damn. I'm swinging dukes with this old cat. And I didn't even have to. And the thing about it was, I said, mama, she said, well, I said, mama, why you having me fight Willie? He called me a bitch. And he told me he didn't have to put up with my shit. And ain't no man gonna call me a bitch. And I said, wait, but I'm not gonna lie, mama. And this is, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't say this. I said this when I moved out the fucking house. I said, mama, you put a lot of fucking slick ass moves and use me. She said, oh, don't be like your damn daddy. I said, you ain't shit. That's just the game. A lot of these black men don't know that they get used by women. Like they some goddamn Switch Army pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
When you gotta cut another nigga, go find another nigga to go cut a nigga. That's the game. That's why you think there's so many. That's why there's so many goddamn Ray Rays and Pookies. Because they're disposable. I was a Ray Ray and Pookie at one time. I keep that shit a buck.
Let me do this real quick. Guys, we got a hot one tonight. All right. So I knew this was going to be a classic. 292 people watching. That's a lot for the time it is right now. A lot of you brothers who have been through this are been through a similar situation. You brothers in the chat, press 5. I just want to see that. Even if you're watching the stream as a replay, and if you've been in any sort of situation that this brother's talking about, press 5. We just want to know if it resonates with you, because this kind of content you don't really see so much on YouTube. So I see brothers pressing 5. A lot of brothers have been through. Shout out to Brother Caligenesis Radio. So you brothers know that this is real, okay? And so what we're trying to do is to get our brothers to understand that, even though you've been through it, it's easy to get sucked into it. So we want to keep that knowledge coming in there. So, brothers, let's go ahead and like the video if we can. Blackmail Talk. I want the moderators to do me a favor. Go ahead and grab his link. Let's go ahead and put his link into the chat. And I want to give some super shout outs to the brothers who are supporting on Super Chat. I really appreciate all you brothers with the support. We'll get back into the show. Just give me 1 second, brother. So we're going to go ahead, Josh. We'll go ahead and go back into. Let me shout out to a few brothers here real quick, which is Tony Davis. Shout out to the brother. King Street and C.E. Murray woman will get you killed. Thank you, Tony. Jay Cleveland second. Just because they are a character don't mean that they have character. Now, let me talk to you about the situation after you left there. You were thinking back about this woman was talking trash not only to you and this other man, but her mother was there, not saying anything to her about her behavior. What do you think about that?
It's simple. It's learning the trick and trades of the game. That's how a lot of these women teach their daughters. The game is this. It's not to learn how to fight a man, but learn how to manipulate the man. Because she understood how to pull his strings. And this is why we as men need to start learning ourselves very, very carefully around your woman and other women, your mate, it doesn't matter. Because just the same way as that mother, she was telling her daughter, come on, baby. Like, she got quiet. One minute she's preaching about Jesus and stuff. Next minute she's like, oh my Lord, like, Cheryl, be quiet. Let them men do what they do. Now, when she said that just let me know that old bird has done the same game to another man in some point in her life. Because naturally, you would think that in a woman's intuition that she would be a protector of a man or a support. But the only thing I seen that day she was supporting that day was his regressive behavior to fight. And the mother was supporting it by egging the daughter to actually egg and control the man's manipulative behavior. And that is something that we need to understand. You can learn a lot. Like, a lot of these girls learn the game from their mother. That's how they learn how to manipulate a man. My sister told me, my mama told me. She said a man is a very easy thing. Fuck him and feed him. Once you do that, he's yours. Men have died countlessly over pussy and trying to appease a woman. That is one of the biggest things. It's not E. coli. E. coli don't get black men killed. It's goddamn chasing after that damn pussy. That's the shit that's been getting us killed for years. Trying to appease a damn woman. But the feeling's not very much mutual. That's the problem. That woman, that mother was egging, was taught that daughter the game. That's why the mother could have stopped it. She could have told her daughter, listen, be quiet and get in this car. She didn't. As long as that daughter was pulling that man's strings, the mother had no problem. She got no problem with what she was doing. But she said, that's my baby right there. I taught her well. And that's something that we got to understand, man. Some of these women and their mothers ain't shit. I can call out my mom, but I freed myself from that bullshit. And I mean, some of us, I think that's one of the biggest things that we don't understand, that the game is old. And these mothers, they know the game. Listen to some of these older women. I mean, and that's the thing about it. They both were wearing weave. They both were hair-hatted hooligans wearing weave. They both were dressed up the same. That's the crazy, creepy thing about it. This is a 50-year-old woman. This is a 30 to 40-year-old woman. They're not too far apart in their age.
Mm-hmm.
But they were dressed the same in the behavior. One was the older one was the younger one. But they both were not trying to stop that man. They were encouraging that man to keep on doing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Had he got shot, killed, they would have gone about their life. Probably made a few fucking t-shirts to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
And sold some EBT goddamn food stamps at his goddamn funeral. The game's cold for us black men. I'll tell y'all right now.
Let me do this, guys. We have 209 people watching. And again, like I said, we don't want to not thank those people who are watching. Obviously, we want brothers to have the safety that they need to have. Thank you, brother IJ Wills. We got to flip the script. Do me a favor, get the likes up on the video. Okay, 302 watching. Let's go ahead and get the likes up here. Let me kind of talk about, again, you were mentioning and let me also do this. Shout out to brother Pookie Jenkins. He sent a $25 PayPal. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for your support. And brothers, get the likes up. I need 73 more likes, get to 200. Let me ask you this. You said that you were able to break away from your own mother's situation where she kind of had you fighting, people, or kind of using you as an attack dog and stuff like that. How were you able to break away from that? And then what is your current relationship with your mother now? And how were you able to separate from that, what you thought was negative about her behavior?
That's a good deep one. The first things first, breaking out of the norm of being a Ray Ray and Pookie, for me, speaking for me, is you got to be willing to get shunned and exiled for a while. This is something that's going to happen to y'all. And when I said I was done, my mom slapped me in my face and punched me like I was a grown ass man. She said, "I'll made you and I'll take you out this damn world." And I said, something that the one thing that can inflict a woman is when you tell them you don't have no power over me. She said, "Well, get the fuck out my house." I said, "That's fine." I moved out.
Wait, say it again. You told her what now?
You have no power over me.
Just one more time. Say it again.
You have no power over me.
Mm-hmm. Why did you tell her that?
Because I was tired of being her whipping stick, her whipping boy. For all her negativity, for all her aggression, I got tired. That 16-year-old boy had got tired of the bullshit. I got tired of being reminded of the negativity of my father. I got tired of being used for her tools of aggression. And whenever I would confront her, she would bring up Jesus. Whenever I would tell her that, "Hey, mom, that affected me. I didn't like that. Listen, I'm your mother. I know what's best for you." I said, "Well, if you knew what's best for me, you wouldn't have put me in that goddamn situation." This is something that I remember when I would go in the bathroom and be like, cleaning my face up. And I'll be like, "What the fuck?" I mean, there's been some awkward times I have had with this woman. And that's something that I understood. Like a lot of these teenage boys, like I was 16 when I left my mama's house. My mama put me out at 16. Just like goddamn that movie Boys in the Hood, when goddamn that boy's mama put him out. That happens a lot. That shit ain't no damn joke. That shit happen a lot. If she can't control you, she don't got no use for your black ass. If she can't control you, and you start saying, "I'm tired of playing the goddamn game," be prepared to get kicked out of the fucking village. And I said, "Well, I guess say goodbye to my Super Nintendo. Say goodbye to my stuff." I put what I could in a trash bag. I talked to my brother. He was in the Navy. I said, "Sean, I need a place, please. I will work and bust my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever it takes, but I will survive."
Let me talk about that. You was willing to do whatever it takes. A lot of people say they want things to change for themselves, but they usually don't do it. Let's talk about this. You're willing to do whatever it takes. You ask your brother. I'm going to kind of stay on this a little bit. You talk to your brother about going to the Navy because what was your brother doing at this time?
My brother, he was living his own life. He took his way out by going into the military. to get away from out of my mom's house. So did my sister. And they were making their own type of lifestyle. They were working, they had their own house, they had their own family. And my mom called and told him that I can't do nothing with this boy. He's talking back, he's fighting back, he's not listening. And my brother asked her, what did you do? Because he's played the game too. And she's saying, well, he said he's gonna leave. Now, he said, well, put him on the phone. And he said, Josiah, what's going on? I said, I'm packing my stuff, Sean. I don't know where I'm going to go. But if I stay here, I'm going to die. When I told him that, he said, no, you're not. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to get you. But he said, once you leave out of mama's house, and once you start on this track, there's no going back. There's no going back. And I understood that. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I did cry because it was what I was normally used to. I was used to being that little fucking goddamn attack dog. I was used to that kind of regressive behavior. And when you step out of the norm of what you're normally used to, it's scary. And that's why a lot of black men are afraid to say, I'm tired of playing the fucking game. But that's all they know. So, it was scary for me as a 16-year-old boy to get kicked out of his mom's house. But hey, I took my chances. I worked 2 jobs, busted my ass. I stayed with my brother. He didn't give me no fucking handouts. He made me apply myself in school. Now, honestly, today, I am a successful man. I own my own business. I have things going for myself. Now, when I talk to my mom now, there is respect. There is pain. But I told her of the things that she put me through. And she has to deal with that in her own way. But now, as far as it goes for me and raising my family, it's almost like she wants her little do-over button. But because of I learned to forgive her. That's for me. That's my relationship between me and my mother. If you don't have to deal with the woman, don't do it, brothers. But for her, that's my mother. That's a mama, and that's a thing that a lot of us black boys, we deal with, is that we know that we didn't agree with mama's behavior. Just like Tupac said, even though you're a queen, mama, you're a dope fiend, mama. He understood that mama's fucked up, but I still love her. And that is something that a lot of us in the black community, we will never call out mama. And that is what I was seeing with that girl, that daughter, and that man. That was me. That was me. I was that nigga that got pulled into a situation. That was me. That was my mama egging me, slapping me, telling me to go fuck that dude up. That was me. I saw myself in that man. That's why I felt bad for him, because I'm like, yo, man, you don't know what the fuck is about to go down. And I'm pretty sure he's been put in plenty situations. And you know what's bad about it, Oshay? Mm-hmm. I've seen him in town again with the same woman, driving her around. Shit you not. I seen him with that same woman. He said, yo, what's up, young blood? I said, nothing, man.
That's all.
I said, nothing, bro. He ain't got no beef with me. Mm-hmm. She look at me, she be scowling at me like, oh, like she the wicked witch. But she don't say shit. He said, come on, girl. She ain't gonna step to me. But him, he ain't got no beef with me.
Mm-hmm. Look, let me do this real quick, guys. And again, thank you for all the support, right? And Brother Khaled Genesis Radio. This is my brother who has been fellowshipping with, I believe you've been on Search for Uhuru. Is that right? Khaled Genesis. So I think they're with is it the BAIO? Is that the brother? If I'm mistaken it, let me know. So I want to give a shout out to that brother. Let me go ahead and shout out to a lot of the brothers that are there. And guys, I'm gonna start trying to bring you guys more of this content. The brother is very powerful today. I've been kind of busy with so many things in Black YouTube. You know, I'm not only just in the manosphere now, I'm being more involved in Black YouTube overall, trying to improve the content of Black YouTube, trying to bring more Black YouTubers together. So that has taken away from my initial roles of what I've been doing in on my channel for the Manosphere things. And we have the Brother Pill podcast and all of that. So guys, it's so hard for me to get to everybody. I'm 85 interviews behind with a lot of people. I'm still sending out the moderator awards and all of that. So I thank you for your patience. So, but I will be getting back to more shows like this. But again, I've been really, 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 really busy, and I don't have a whole lot of time to get to everybody. But let me just shout out some super chats here real quick, and I will basically get to the brothers. And thank you for your support. Quentin Maldonado, thank you, $10 super chat. Smokehouse, I wonder the type of karma his mom will receive. It's just sad. Jamarius Willis, thank you, brother. That's the problem. Every time a Black man has his own thing going, Black females feels the need to exert themselves into the equation. This is why Black masculinity is a blur now, especially in corporate. Thank you, brother, for that. You made a great point. Amtronic WRX, fellow, stop letting any woman tell you to be a man. They know nothing of manhood and don't have the right to define it. As long as you stand up, fella, handling your business, you're a man. JC Cleveland, second, your life mirrors mine. I did the same thing. Brother, one charge. Oshay, no disrespect, but most guys today need to learn self-discipline and need to stop thirsting over pussy. The pussy is good, but self-discipline is great. Thank you, brother. You made some powerful points. Let me kind of talk about this particular situation when it comes to, now I know that you've also been involved in YouTube now. I know initially you were moderating for me on my channel for a long time. Then you started with Black Male Talk Shows on the Facebook. Then that moved over to YouTube. Now you have your own group. And you've been involved with, Man of Tomorrow, with the shows and other people. You've been collaborating with a lot of brothers on YouTube. Have you also noticed that as the manosphere, our Black men, we're trying to assert ourselves in the pockets of our own media, that a lot of women are now trying to get interested in it and trying to push their narrative into our own things?
Yes, it is definitely. Now that I'm definitely seeing it more so than ever now, because what's going on is you're getting a lot of men are starting to have these type of men conversations. It was one thing where we were just yum 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 yum, but now it's no more of a yum yum yum. It's now a concentrated voice. In other words, where we used to be just one voice, now it's many, and brothers are actually starting to wake up. Men, now I'm not gonna say men are starting. Black men in general are starting to wake up and starting to actually look at their self-value, and I can appreciate that, because that's what sparked me. Because when I started seeing that you and I believe you got me spurred and got me into doing it, and I started talking to MOT and different other brothers, and I noticed that then I started seeing females come in. And I'm not gonna lie, even on my channel now, I'm starting to no shade to my females on that come on my panel, but I'm starting to maneuver them off of my panel. Now I do sometimes let them come on so that way I can get the female input, so that way I can see it from a different angle, and it doesn't take away from the channel. But I'm understanding that if I give them too much of a voice on a black male platform, they start to impose more of their image and more of their will onto what us as Black men need to hear and see.
Say it again.
They start to impose their will and their image on us, on what they want to hear and what they want to see. And we as Black men need to be very careful about that. That's why I applauded Oshay when he said he shut it down. Because when you start letting those voices start to overpack, because now y'all seeing more women in the goddamn chat. I said, goddamn, I thought this was a Black man thing. And I understand that the bigger you get and the more concentrated and the more focused you start to get. But I've talked for conservative talk. There is nowhere else like the Negro Manosphere. This is Zion for Black men. And when women start wanting to come knock on that door, hello, can we come in? And you got to be careful because just like the walls of Jericho fell, that's how the shit's going to happen. When you start letting them introvert into and assimilate into it, and if they're not willing to submit, because I'm not going to lie, that's one of the things about a black woman's programming. We haven't been able to do that for goddamn 60 years. Get this woman to submit. The white man couldn't even get her to submit. So a lot of black men trying to get this woman to submit, that's a hard one. Because if she can't get her own kind of matriarchy programming in this motherfucker, she's going to do you just like she did me. My own mama said, listen, you can't listen to me. Get the hell out. And that's the problem because what they can't control, they try to destroy or shut down. Mm-hmm. That shit's real. So when I see stuff like the Oshay Duke Jackson, Brother Sanchez, and the Obsidian show, where instead of those brothers arguing over something that was an effeminate fucking problem, because successful black men don't give a fuck who another black man is fucking as long as they're being successful. That's not a problem for men. But a woman would give a shit about that. Why? Because she said, wait a sec, I'm not on the fucking platter. They're not talking about me. What the fuck? And if you're not talking about them and you're not worried about them, then that's a damn problem. They don't worry about your black ass when they voting. They don't worry about your black ass when you getting shot in the street. They ain't gonna be. The only time they worry about you is when you ain't got them on their mind. Because what you just did, you took the power from them and you put it into your own damn hands. And when black men, we start to learn how to do that, that's when we become a force to be reckoned with. That's why I always go to channels like this and I support them. For every time I get money, I support these brothers. We got to learn to start supporting each other because that's why, like I said, I saw this brother. I felt empathetic for him because I was him. And we know that there's other brothers out there who do need help, who do need these messages, who don't have the courage yet to actually speak out. And we got to say, hey, brother, when you're ready to come out of Sodom and Gomorrah, we'll be here. But until then, I can't free you if you don't want to walk out of that. Mm-hmm. I had to leave out at 16. You know what I'm saying? I told my mom, and this ain't even off topic, I told my mom that one of her friends sexually assaulted me when I was a kid. You know what my mom said? Don't worry about it. God will bless you, Josiah. Get over it. I said, God damn, you a cold bitch. I said, shit. You can at least say you're going to beat the bitch's ass. But that's how it is. And I understand. She's still this woman's friend. They go to church. They playing a goddamn Christmas goddamn pageant together. So shit's real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we got to understand that, when it comes to especially YouTube is the biggest media that a black man can possibly speak his mind. And if he has the balls to say what he got to say, like the brother pill, then we need to cherish that and support that till one day we can get it off of YouTube, which is controlled by a woman. Y'all can go look up who YouTube is controlled by a feminist woman. She's very open about that shit. So brothers have to learn how to analytically get their point across without making too big of a splash. Because when you got to be loud and say, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, then everybody knows you and everybody can hear you and the enemy can easily sort you out. But then when you start doing stuff covertly and y'all actually can work together and say, hey, brother, we sending you $20, $15. Every time I get money and I hear a brother say, hey, man, support us, Patreon us. I ain't want to do that shit. That shit ain't helping my pocket. But brother, it is helping your pocket. But they're putting you on the game that other motherfuckers wouldn't even tell you. And that's the problem that we're not seeing. Back then, men, we used to always want to help each other. If that brother can succeed, then that means I have a chance to succeed. But if he gets out and he pays the way, then that means I can do it. I watched the O'Sheas. I watched the David Carrolls. I watch brothers go out there and do stuff. I even watch ABL. I watch how he does the thing, how he keeps analytically. I can't dismiss ABL. I talked to Man tomorrow. He is very business structured. And I understand one thing that these brothers have taught me. You don't have to like me, but damn it, you will respect me. And if you don't fuck with me, get the fuck on. Once us as black men understand that, but see, women want to be liked by everybody. That's something women like to want to do. Real men, they don't give a fuck if you like them or not. As long as they doing what the fuck they need to do, they don't give a fuck. This is just a fact.
Let me do this real quick, guys. Let me just shout out a few people on the super chat. Guys, thank you for liking the video. I want to just make a statement. And let me address something, real quick. And I want to just say, yeah, Black Avenger TV. Is he here? Is Black Avenger TV here? No, he's not here. But I made a case for him, and I'll shout out some of the super chats here. Let me just say something. I've noticed also, like some of the newer mods, like Casper, Roastmaster, Turf, and they do an excellent job. They're here all the time. But some of you older guys who've been here, like Doug, guys like Dr. Deacon Eric P, True from Troy, a lot of you guys that's on Brother Peel season 1, y'all remember when it was not no women in here at all, really. It was really no women in the chat. Now, and people will say, well, that's because you've been doing shows with other people. You could say it, that could be the case, but I've always kind of been integrated with doing shows with many people, collaborate with many people. It was zero. But now, look at the Brother Peel season 2. The first 4 episodes, except for last night, all the shows have been dominated by women calling in. They've been coming in trying to listen. They get timed out almost every show. They get timed out. They come back every single night. You know what I mean? So I just want to say your elbows a sausage fish. Now you come over here like, damn, who are you, boo? Like, email me. But I just want to go to say this. Whenever men are trying to do stuff, those women are gonna be looking around. You know what I mean? And that goes to show for the content that's been going on over here. But I just want to say, a lot of you brothers understand that, there, these certain women, man, will have not all, right? We know that, but a lot of women, man, don't mind using you as disposable income. You know what I'm saying? I done known plenty of dudes, man, that I'm gonna do a video on this inspired by this topic. I know niggas, man, that they sister get beat up by some nigga. Now, here's the thing. She didn't probably, she could have, I'm not saying all the time, she could have started the shit. She knew that this nigga wasn't shit. She got with the nigga anyway. The nigga whipped her ass or something like that. What she do? I'm going to get my brother. Think about this. Erykah Badu had a song called I'ma Call Tyrone, right? Tell him call Tyrone, tell him come get your shit. But in the remix, she said, don't make me go get Big Mike. Remember that part? I don't know if you heard that. Big Mike was some nigga probably down the street. She was going to go get Big Mike to fight her boyfriend. Now she been fucking the nigga all the time. Now she want to go use another nigga to fight him. So, I mean, I don't know how many times I had my own friends, they sister get beat up by a dude. They beat the dude's ass, or they get beat, they ass beat themselves. The girl is right back with the nigga the next day. All the time, man. It happens all the time. All the time, man. These women will get their cousins and sisters to go get their ass out there and fight another nigga. And after that fight, whether win or lose or draw, they back with the nigga anyway. So you out there looking like, damn, I just fought this nigga and you gonna still be with him? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sister Erykah. Sister Erykah, gotta get Sister Erykah. Sister Erykah, are you still out of town? Shout out to Sister Erykah. Let me go ahead and do this real quick, brothers. And this is women that I've seen of all economic classes that have done this, not just women that just, hood rats. No, I've seen this happen amongst all classes of Black community. Raymond Wood. Shout out to the brother. I raised my son as a single parent and then paid for him to go to college. Paid for by me, like all the fathers of the white boys I went to college with who did with their sons. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. JC Cleveland, he didn't donate again. Third time. Most men come from single mother homes, so they act like their mother. Beta simp. Shit. That's why most men hate other black men. Let's talk about that also. Black Stilo. The great, legendary, the almighty Dr. Deacon Eric P. Excellent interview. O'Shea, shout out to BMT, Quentin Maldonado, Smokehouse. Again, let me kind of get back to this real quick, brother. A lot of black men do have this hatred for one another. And I think women know this. They know that black men hate each other, which is the reason why, and they know we don't stick together. This is why they can pull this on, especially the younger dudes, the 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, those younger guys. They're quick to attack another brother. Why do you think black men have that much hatred for each other?
Simple. Because they emulate the role model of a black woman. Black women do not like each other. If you ever heard of black women, I'm pretty sure y'all can pick out that black women say, I don't fuck with that bitch. But then they'll go right over there and talk with that same woman that they don't fuck with. And the thing about it is, black men have not been taught the proper discipline that you don't have to like each other. You have to learn how to coexist with each other. That is something that men teach each other. Listen, I don't have to like that guy on my shift, but damn it, I'll go to work. I don't have to like him, but I go to work and do my job. Mm-hmm. But see, women are teaching their sons. They can't teach them self-discipline. They don't teach them, listen, you need to check that bitch behavior tendency inside you, because they're not being checked. And see, the thing about it is, when you meet some other type of authority or somebody else that may be one-upping you or doing something that may not go or coexist with what you're doing, you feel somewhat challenged. And see, that's an insecurity that you haven't yet learned how to modulate and learn how to control as a man yet. This is why you see these boys out here rivaling and fighting, because they haven't learned how to harness that type of aggression. You see, if you be around a certain type of role model figure of a man, you can see that they're not so easily swayed. They talk focus. Son, you mad? Yeah, I'm mad. You mad at me, son? But see, you know you ain't gonna challenge your father. See, what your father mentally just taught you is, you may not like what the fuck I just told you in this household, boy, but you're gonna respect it. So when you get out there in the street, just like I told my son, he said, Daddy, I don't like that boy. Okay, but y'all go to the same damn school. So what you bitching about it for? I just don't like him. Tough. Y'all coexist in the same damn community. You don't have to fuck with him. You just need to do what you need to do at that school, get your education, and bring your ass back home. Yes, sir. You see, what I just taught my son is that just because you don't like him, don't mean you got to beef with him. But see, you're learning from a woman. And one thing that we understand about this black woman, she is emotionally unhinged. So a lot of these boys, they're going off of the doggone model of an unhinged person. So when they're growing up in a chaotic environment, and it's survival of the fittest. And if I gotta attack whoever attacks, whatever stomps on my stomping ground that you don't own, mind you, then I'm gonna bite back, even if it meant me at my own disposal of my own destruction. And you see, what the woman sees is, listen, that's my baby. See how my baby's strong out there? That's my little king, my little prince. She praises that. She raised that up. That's why you see all these boys out here doing all this excess shit. And see, what the women see is, if I got a man fighting for me, I'm winning. And when their daughters see that, guess what the daughter said? Ooh, mama, you got all these men fighting for you? Yeah, girl, mama got it going like that. That's why you see a lot of these daughters emulate what the mama does. It's a very regressive cycle. It's a very regressive cycle. Because then the daughter's like, I'm going to get these two niggas to fight for my honor. Like 2 nights. And whichever night is still alive for me, I'll take him and he can hold my scarf. And that's something that's going on with black males right now. Mm-hmm. They're fighting an ongoing war of chivalry for a bitch that can give a damn who the fuck is the survivor. Because when a stronger dog comes around.
Don't set it off, brother. Don't set it off, brother. Don't
Oh,
set it off.
I do apologize. I do
Don't set
apologize.
it off, brother.
But
Black
when
man
the
is
survivor, I do apologize.
That's good.
This is I do apologize. But a lot of us have to realize that being a disposable knife, after you start cutting so many times, the knife starts to grow dull. What do you have to do? You got to get a new knife. You can say you want to sharpen it, but really that means that blade has to get reconditioned. You can't recondition that mindset like that. And that's the problem with what's going on for the black community. That's why you would think after 60 years, you'd think by now we already done caught on to this, but we can't. Because once you put down in the grave, you got a new person to take the reins. And nobody's ever going to call it out. We're not. Here we can call it out. But if you say that out loud on certain media sites, i.e., I said it on Facebook, shut down, Facebook jail. You can't say that in certain places because it feels like you're attacking. And guess what happened? It won't be the women who attack you. No. Women won't attack you first. It would be that black male, that beta, that Pookie, that Ray Ray. Because what you're doing is because she will send out her drones because you're attacking her way of life. That's just all it is, brothers. That's why you see these 16-year-old boys all the way up to 18 and 19, and what's getting to the point now, they're becoming unruly, where they don't even respect the person that creates them now. Why? Mm-hmm. Because she understands that after he starts getting a taste of that power, nothing can control him. That's why it's a spiral now. Now it's getting to the point where she say, oh man, I can't control the monster that I created. I need to go get some black men to get. Why you think this is why you see a lot of black women are trying to get, hey, you successful black man that made it out the black community. I need you to come back and you need to fix these problems. Whoa. You want me to fix a burning city that's already burning down? I can't do that. That's impossible. They would ask an Oshay to come back that made it out of the condition to go back and champion for them. This is why you're seeing a lot of these talks where they're saying, well, why aren't black men fixing these cities and fixing these communities? Hold up. This is 60 years of problems you want me to fix in 1 year? I ain't no damn Trump. I ain't got that kind of power. I'm not Jesus. I can't snap my finger and it just be gone like that. Best thing that they said, listen, sometimes the best way to fix a forest is let a forest burn down and then let it regrow itself. But see, for it to burn down, that means everything has to go. And this type of person, she does not want to give up her power. So she's going to make these dogs fight until they're dead. I ain't trying to scare nobody, but it's just true. It's real out here.
All right, let me do this here. And shout out. So guys, thank you so much for the support. Built My Car magazine, and these are the worst women, and these are the women black men are supposed to protect. Green Machine, shout out to you, Joe. Thanks for giving the code. Jay Cleveland, Green second. All right, so just for those people that are going to say not all black men, okay, because somebody said that in the chat, right? Not all black men do that. Okay, we understand that, right? Not all black women do that. We understand that. So I know people in the chat were saying not all black men or not all. We understand that, okay? We are not trying to say when we say black men or black women, we know that not all black people act a certain way. We understand it. But for the conversation, when we're saying that, you guys get the hint. So don't say that we're referring to the whole group, because a lot of times we want to clarify that there are black men who are not acting like this, that have been raised in certain situations, and there are black women who don't act like this. So don't come up with that bullshit. Shout out to JC Cleveland. All right, for the super chat. And bro, I mean, this has been a hell of a show. Thank you to Brother Raymond Wood. The best way for black women not to be poor is to marry and stay married. My ex was married to two gainfully employed brothers, and she walked away from us both. Now she's in her 60s and dying alone. Damn. Bro, I gotta get you on the interview. PlanetOshay@gmail.com, brother. So listen, let me just do this, guys, because it's almost 6 in the morning. I got to get up in 2.5 hours to go to class, but I wanted to knock out this show with the Brother Black Male Talk because I've been wanting to work with him. He hit me up on the email about 2 weeks ago, and told me to either come to this channel or come to my channel. And so I was like, you know what, let me because the brother's been faithful. He's a good YouTuber. So again, I wanted to make sure I could do the collaboration. It's been a hit show. I'm sure it's gonna get a lot of shares and a lot of views on this one. So it's so much talent over here in Black YouTube, and it's one thing I try to tell brothers, and I'm only one person, but I would like to see more Black men trying to work with each other, interviewing one another, having more shows, more, I mean, I really wish I could do more. Like me and Sinful to P, what was that show? It's so many people, right? I could be working with, but I don't have all the time. But it would be just good to see other brothers. I know Obsidian's doing his show, and Beaches has his hangouts, but we need more brothers to kind of step in and kind of fill in the gap for some of the content, so that it can be more to get out there. So we're trying to improve it. So I want to just tell everybody, thank you, brother Andre Hatchett. I had that brother on. I got to bring him back on. He did an excellent job on the show that we did about 2 weeks ago. The brother came on and did a really, really, really excellent stand-up job. I want to shout him out. Any last words you want to say, brother Black Male Talk?
Yeah. Right now, I know a lot of you guys are looking at my channel, BMT Black Male Talk. Right now, that is on strike. I already know the white man got me. So we pretty much already have BMT2 unfiltered. I think Doug should have it. So please check that out. We usually I usually do that every day. I even did 2 shows off of the Sunday Rumble. I got the third part that's gonna be coming out tomorrow. I mean, actually, yeah, tomorrow. And that's usually where we're at on Sundays. You can always come to Black Men's Congregation that's hosted by myself and Man of Tomorrow. That's when he just be going in on a lot of great information and topics. We do invite other brothers to come and join us in Black Men's Congregation Facebook page. It is a Black Men's Only Facebook page for Black men only. It's the only place where you can go. You can ask MOT any question you want. You can ask me any question. Oshay, I know he came into the page. It's Black brothers. It's only for y'all. There are no women in there. There are no anybody else in there. And we are strictly just self-relying on ourselves to build that up. We talk about business, re-edifying ourselves. I invite all you brothers to come into the Facebook group, Black BMT2 Unfiltered. That's another group. That's my second YouTube channel. I'm just like I said, I enjoy coming over here, supporting Oshay, and every brother who comes on, and just whether I agree with them or not, I still support them. And that's something that us as Black men, we need to learn how to do, is support each other, regardless whether you agree or not. Support each other. But if we don't support each other, then who will?
All right. And thanks again, man, for the show. Thanks to the moderators. We got a great show tomorrow with the Brother Pill. How to handle getting caught cheating, right? I know a lot of y'all niggas have done that. So guys, thank you. We're really trying to get the content together. It's really getting better, man. This whole Black male YouTube thing is a lot better than what it was last year. It's damn sure a lot better than what it was 2 years ago. Again, brothers, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming in. I saw brother Wayman Brown that was in the chat. I'll be working with him. When Sister Erica comes back, she had a topic about how well, I'll just wait till she gets back. Actually going to make it a part of our Rumble. Let her lead it off, right? That'll be a really juicy one. So I'm waiting for her to get back home. So when she gets home, we're gonna put her on one of them Sundays and let her lead off one of those topics, because Sister Erica be dropping that game for you brothers. So thanks so much to all the people in this community that's been supporting us. It's been growing. Again, my role in Black YouTube is kind of growing, not just in the manosphere, because I try to bring in a lot of people to the manosphere, whether it's people who are, professionals and stuff like that, or new content creators. But my role in Black YouTube as a whole is growing. As far as organizing certain things, I got some new episodes coming out on YouTube. I got some new content creation strategies coming out. I possibly have a new show that's going to come out in East Africa. So that'll be interesting, right? So I got some things in the working. What up, Blapstar? Shout out to Blapstar. I used to listen to him. He's a rapper from Sacramento. He's been out for about 10 years. So guys, peace out. Thanks again, Brother Black Male Talk, and we'll see you guys again. Peace.